Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Having that miscarriage, I feel like had a big impact in my life amongst other things that happened in my past. I feel like I don't know if it's therapy or what, I really didn't have somebody really there for me back then. I feel like the only way I could not get over it, but feel better about the situation was to have another baby. And that's why I tried to have Kobe. I did try and have Kobe. We did try and have Kobe. I feel like the only way I could feel that peace in my heart that was missing was to have another baby. And I see now that that didn't happen. It made it a little bit better, but that hole is still there, y'all. It's not going anywhere. Almost 10 years later, the pain is still there, y'all. I also feel like that has a lot to do with my anxiety and depression when it comes to Mason right now. I didn't have it so much with Kobe because, you know, he was full term and everything. Mason wasn't full term. He was almost full term. I had him at 36 weeks and 6 days, which most people say 37 weeks is full term, but I look at 40 weeks as being full term. That's, you know, he was a late preterm baby. I feel like a lot of my depression and anxiety came from my miscarriage. Like I said in that video, I was cramping and I was bleeding. With Kobe, I didn't do any of that. I didn't cramp, I didn't bleed, I didn't do nothing. But Mason, I bled the entire pregnancy. Like it would come and not the entire pregnancy. Like it would come and go like a period almost. But not every single month. Like it might come this month and not bleeding at like a period. It'd be like spotting. I'll spot. And then like maybe a month later I'll do it again. 2 months later I'll do it again. Something along those lines. It was just making me remember what I went through when I was having that miscarriage. And that stressed me out. Me not working stressed me out, which was the whole purpose of me not working when Jonathan taking care of the house and the bills. Well, so I didn't have to stress going to work, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. That was the whole purpose of me staying home, was so I didn't stress. But I've always worked my whole life, so I didn't know how it was going to be like that, staying home. On top of that, like I said, I was bleeding, spotting, I should say. I was really scared I was going to lose my baby. And that day that I went into the hospital and they admitted me, I got so scared, y'all, like, because I knew he was early, and I instantly felt like I knew I was stressing out. It's like when I was pregnant, y'all. When people be saying don't cry, don't feel this way, don't feel that way, because your baby will feel it. If I'm emotional and I'm crying over something, stressing over something, and somebody tells me that, it makes me realize what I'm doing, or if I just realize on my own what I'm doing, it makes me, like, if I'm crying, I cry harder. If I stress harder. It's like I'm looking at myself like, no, don't do that. Like I get sad because I'm sad, type of thing. If that makes any sense to y'all. It did have a lot to do with my anxiety and depression. I feel like it came from my miscarriage too, because when he came out, and I ended up finding out it's because my placenta got detached, which I think a little bit of research I did do, I felt they said that it was coming from stress or whatever. Him being so little, and me remember when Kobe came out, he was bigger. He was almost 8 pounds, and Mason was only 5 pounds. I mean, that's a big difference. And me feeling him for the first time, I felt how small he was. I couldn't do nothing but cry. I felt like it was my fault again. It wasn't no complication. He had jaundice, and the fact that they couldn't bathe him or anything until his temperature got up. It was too low to bathe him. So he went like a whole day without getting washed yet when he came out of me. When they finally told me he was healthy and he was gaining weight and stuff, it's like, when he was so young, I didn't want nobody touching him. That was including his brothers, and how wild they are. I was like, my anxiety was like, ooh, don't do that. Don't drop him. Don't hurt him. Be like, you know, all that stuff was like, I went through all this and he's good. I want him to stay good. I want nobody hurting my baby. I don't care who it is. That's probably something y'all didn't know. Y'all actually just realized right now, I'm watching that video. That had a lot to do with how I felt after having Mason, because I was reminiscing, or having flashbacks, I should say, about my miscarriage. Even though I was way farther along than I was when I lost my baby. I just felt like I would have lost him, you know. If I didn't go into the doctor that day and I kept going the rest of my pregnancy like I've been doing the whole pregnancy, you know, with spotting, I felt like I would have lost him. I feel like also that's what the doctors knew. They just didn't tell me that. So yeah, that's my miscarriage story for a lot of y'all that have not watched my videos from then, because a lot of my subscribers on this channel were subscribers on that old channel where I got that video from. Yeah, I did have a miscarriage. On my very first pregnancy, I had a miscarriage back in January of 2011. January 17, 2011. Like I said in that video, I said I bled for a week or whatever. I had stopped bleeding on January 24th, and I'm sitting here like, wow. I say wow because my son, my second pregnancy, I had my son on January 24th, 2012. A year later. So that is my story, y'all. If you guys enjoyed it, give your girl a thumbs up. Once again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I do post. And yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow.